Welcome back to Anime Fight Club, everyone. My name is Grim. Today we're checking out Baki Dou Part 1, or Musashi Dou, chapters 111 through 113. I'd like to start off by thanking everyone that watched my latest video and went over to subscribe to Grim Games. I greatly appreciate it. You subscribers are the true subscribers, the true friends, and I really appreciate it. And I hope to see most of you guys over there. That'll be the first link in the description to Grim Games. It'll be my gaming channel. But getting started, this is chapter 111 entitled Bloodthirsty. We're continuing the fight between Musashi and Gaia, which I cannot wait to see. Hopefully Gaia has some stuff up his sleeve for Musashi and it's not just Musashi beating up on Gaia. So this is right after Musashi threw his slash, his barehanded slash, cutting Gaia's wrist, forcing him to drop this gun. And Gaia reached for this gun extremely quickly. Gaia says, "Regular people are going to see us here." Do you plan to be standing long enough for people to come and take a look at you? Musashi is he's so dope and menacing. I love his stance. Pickle definitely had it right when he compared him to that dinosaur. What an overwhelming aura. He's like a demon. It's like there's a haze. When I was in the corps, I greeted foreign officers numerous times, men with real combat experience, hardened war veterans. Look at Gaia in his uniform. He looks just like one of the Mouth, if you guys remember them from Son of Ogre. But there's no comparison. As someone who's professional in fighting, he's on a completely different level. He faces you straight on, staring you straight in the eye, pinning you down. Both hands casually by his side, completely relaxed. Relaxed to the point of serenity. You can't really predict what they would reach. He's purposely got the light on his back. So that was the only picture of this man, was it? Well, I was wondering why we kept seeing pieces of this. That's the stance in, or the position he always takes in fights. So that's the only one they caught on camera. It's undisputable. At this very moment, I'm facing the real Miyamoto Musashi. Man, for him to come back and be bodying all of our fighters is really something. However, even the greatest swordsman shouldn't underestimate the modern day warrior. Alright Gaia, bring something to the table. So Gaia's still sweating when he manages to pull out this knife. Musashi looks at his hand. Gaia positions the knife to strike. A small knife needs a long swing. It's a bit small to be used as a short sword. Well, let's see. Oh wow, so Gaia's pointing this thing at Musashi. He sticks his finger in the pin, pulls the pin. I don't understand. You have no intention of thrusting, nor any intent to cut or throw it. Wow, this dude can just completely read Gaia's intentions. Like he doesn't have those intentions because he's trying to pull this pin and make it explode. What? He saw right through it? It's not a real knife, is it? It's a pistol in disguise. You may have seen through it, but you're too late. So Gaia pushes the trigger or pulls the trigger. The knife shoots out at Musashi. It's within inches of his face. The seriousness on his face. I also like that he has the same jawline as Yujiro. That's actually quite incredible. He just smacks it out of the way. Oh no, he caught it. Reaches out, snatches it up. Look at Gaia. He looks super young. How dangerous. So he picks it up. He's looking at the spring on the inside. Tosses it aside. That was an interesting toy. Got more? No way. That was 16 feet point blank range. He caught a flying knife traveling at 37 miles per hour. He's a monster. Musashi walks forward. Now then. Huh? Could I take a look at it? No. Well, is it made of steel? Well, what is he doing? We're right in the middle of a fight. Hey, look. I've closed the distance, haven't I? Look at his face. He's so imposing. He knows how skilled he is. He doesn't have to be wary of other people. This is insane. Slices Gaia in half down the middle with his barehanded strike. Says men. Forming his hand to prepare for the strike or the after effect of the strike. Goodness. Chapter 112. Isn't that strange? So Gaia standing here, having been cut in half with Musashi's barehanded strike. Get more images of Gaia feeling that pain or the sensation of this. I don't want to call it imaginary, but because it does hurt people. I mean, it woke Pickle up, but I don't know. So here we have images of Gaia falling to pieces. Oh wow! So he didn't just cut him down the middle; he cut him side by side too. It was just so fast we didn't even see it. So Gaia starts to peel apart into fours. Man, then hits the pavement in pieces. Oh my goodness, what a strike. And this is what kills me. Like, people, they feel it. They feel the sensation of being cut and falling to pieces. But here he is standing unscathed. Isn't that strange? Says Musashi. One person turned into four and fell on the ground. Then magically the four turned into one immediately after that. You were split from the front and then again from the side. Look at Gaia's face trying to take all this in. He's just sweating. Did you see it? No. Did you feel it, boy? Gaia's like, I definitely felt it. I did both. I saw my body being cut into 4 pieces, one slash after another. But it wasn't just a vision. My body was about to scream in pain because of the horrific separation it endured. Do you want to continue? That's a funny thing to ask. But I bet that if I were to say yes, you would laugh at me even more. I suppose I would. I used firearms and projectile weapons. I came here to kill you with all that, and yet you used nothing but your bare hands. It was so clear that I could have been cut. I'm having a hard time pulling myself together as we speak. That's because the sword lives inside of you. I was armed from the very beginning. Wow, so he points out his hand. He has his hand in the position to hold the sword, and then we see like the imaginary image of that sword. And Gaia actually sees it. At first he's looking at a bare hand, and then he sees this sword. You can tell by the expression on his face. Wow, even up here you can see Musashi's hands. He's holding both his long and short sword. Incredible. See? Gaia's looking at this actual sword in front of him as it starts to fade away. It's too high. The level required to be a fighter that can equally match you in combat. It's too high. It's so high I can't even see it anymore. And Gaia is savage. Like, this is not just some average fighter. He gave Baki a run for his money in his younger days. He defeated Sikorsky. Like, Gaia is dope. And yet, you're going to take up your real sword once again when you fight Pickle. I guess you need to, right? So Tokugawa told you, eh? For him, you will have to use the sharpest sword you could ever find. He's standing here thinking. Boy, I got a question. Now that you have experienced the real feeling of being cut down from me, tell me. What have you experienced by fighting Pickle? What kind of man is he? Huh? I've never. And if I know something well, it's impossible. This isn't something I could ever explain. You must know something about him, don't you? I like the respect that Musashi is actually managing to show Gaia. The fact that he managed to explain to him about the invisible sword, and he's just speaking to him, I don't know, mentor to kid, really. I kind of like this little relationship so far. Like, you know me and what I'm capable of doing with the sword. That's true. I know it right down to my bones, how it is to be slashed down. Gaia's face. One thing I know, Musashi, is how you plan to finish him off. Looks like he's gonna try and decapitate him. Chapter 113, Best Condition. Since when? The whole time, sir. Pickle hasn't eaten anything since the day he got here. What a waste of a precious resource. That's natural flesh from an actual dinosaur. And Pickle standing here in the arena, up against the barricade, same way he was waiting on Baki. Oh goodness. So Pickle knows his opponent. He sees Musashi as a predator worth eating. It's already been 4 days since he got here. He hasn't touched the T-Rex meat, which is basically a World Heritage item. He's just sitting here looking super cool. Baki understands what's going on. Baki leaps over the barricade. Huh? Hey! Walks up to Pickle. Pickle looks up at little bro. Baki sits down. I like Pickle so much. It's been a while, pal. Pickle ought to get up and crack you for breaking his tooth that day. Pickle relaxes a bit. It looks like, or did he mimic Baki's sitting stance? I think that's what he did. Yeah, he looked at him, then mimicked his stance. I don't know, because Baki's now more relaxed. I don't know what he just did. Either way, they're looking onward at each other. Look at Pickle's back. Oh my goodness. Tokugawa's looking at him. Oh, so they just sat there and had a talk, even though Pickle doesn't speak. I guess they have a bond that still works. So Baki and Tokugawa leave the Tokyo Dome. Hey, now, you're not going to tell me then what you two were talking about in those hours? We don't need speech to communicate. I mean, Pickle hasn't learned spoken language, so we mostly use empathy and visual cues. But if you must know, Pickle already has the drive for this battle. Pickle won't eat anything else but his targeted prey. Ah? That's right. Pickle is coming to eat, and his targeted prey is none other than Miyamoto Musashi himself. You've got to be kidding. It's going to be quite a sight. What will Miyamoto do? What will Pickle do when he realizes that we're presenting him as dinner for Pickle? Oh my goodness, he's gonna defend himself. He's a serious warrior. My God, he's really going to eat Musashi. Does Pickle truly believe he can pull it off? Considering the fact that he hasn't been eating for the past days, obviously he's grown weak. That's not gonna happen. He's as strong and agile as he'll ever be. And that's for the simple fact that there's been nothing he wants to eat. Nothing taking his fancy. Nothing's taken his fancy. He wants to eat in a more exciting fashion. A long time ago, I came to understand something I heard from Orochi Doppo. Being hungry in the wild is the best battle condition. This was back when Doppo was seeking strength and had to fight that tiger on that island. Oh, I see. Musashi's beloved sword is once again in his hands. But still, even with that being the case, I still can't help but wonder if the T-Rex was the fiercest dinosaur during the Cretaceous period. You think their teeth were any less sharp than the best of swords? And that is the end of today's video. So we got the conclusion between Musashi and Gaia, which just seemed to be a lesson bestowed upon Gaia. And then we got a little precursor of Pickle and Musashi. I can't wait to see Pickle fight Musashi. I mean, deep down, I know what's finna happen, but I like Pickle so much, and he's so strong and tough and resilient. I just feel like he should be able to take it. I mean, I'm sure you guys know the outcome as well, but I mean, we're going through this together. Leave a comment below. Do you honestly believe Musashi would be able to beat like the physically strongest creature of the Earth's history? Like, Pickle is no joke. I understand Musashi's skill, but man, Pickle is otherworldly. I don't know. Leave a comment, hit the thumbs up, please share with your fellow otaku. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Check the links in the description. They will allow you to catch up to any given point in the Baki universe, as well as Kang and Ashura. I hope you'll hit that bell notification so you don't miss any future uploads. I hope you guys will also subscribe to my gaming channel, Grim Games. It's the first link in the description. I hope you'll hit that bell notification so you don't miss any uploads. Hope to see you next video, and as always, otaku for life.